All right. So, have you done that, guys? Na-install nyo na ba yung mga na require na yung mga packages? We're going to use the same package that we were using last time. Okay, let's have a brief review of what we have discussed kasi we can't start cold to immediately to yung joins kasi connected to mga to and hindi naman natin talaga natapos lahat. So let's just have a review again of what we were discussing last time. So we said that the dplyr package is a very important package for data transformation, for data wrangling, for SQL, no? Structured Query Language. The structured query language, meron tayong data coming usually from a database. Tapos i-extract natin yon, and then after extracting it, we manipulate the data. Okay. Naka-lock screen. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Okay. Okay, can you see it now, guys? Nakabukas na yung R ko. Okay, ito yung ginamit natin last time. So, pakibukas guys yung R Markdown file natin. Then if you haven't run the codes here, okay, i-ano lang natin, sige, pakirun na guys, sabay-sabay na lang natin gawin. Last time, I think, in-install natin yung scheme-R, okay, para sa ano to, sa important to for example, for the mutate function, pag nagko-compute ng mga univariate, no? Kunyari mean, median, mode, makakatulong yung scheme-R na package. Okay, as I was saying, dplyr, ggplot2, NYC flights, scheme, and site. Pero ang pinaka ginagamit talaga natin dito yung data coming from NYC flights. Okay. Are we all on the same page, guys? Na buksan nyo na ba yung ano nyo, yung R? Paki-chat, guys, kung yes. Okay. Thank you, Dom. Joyce, thank you. Kisha, thank you. David, Samantha, thank you. Okay, Pierre. All right. Sige, good, guys. So let's continue. Again, guys, we can't start from the code and immediately jump to yung mga joints, no? Kasi medyo matagal na natin na-discuss to. So I just want to have a brief review today, and then sa Thursday, parang diesel na by Wednesday, hopefully na tayo, parang normalize na natin yung mindset natin. Okay, so review guys, sabi natin yung dplyr, maraming mga functions yan. Ang focus lang natin is itong 6 na functions na to, yung filter, summarize, group by, mutate, arrange, and join. Okay, nasa join na tayo actually, pero let's have a brief review of what we have discussed so far. So, ang ginagamit natin, guys, yung pipe operator, yung percentage, comma, percentage. Okay? Tapos, ano yung shortcut natin dito, guys? Paano yung shortcut nito? Kasi pag i-type natin to, matagal, no? Yung percentage, greater than percentage. What's the shortcut, if you recall, guys? To write this. May sumagot. Okay, Control-Shift-M. Okay, that's correct. Control-Shift-M, tama. Okay, so yung pipe operator na to, it comes from the package magreadr. Okay, tapos, and then we learned that ito yung mga usual na operators, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, and then you have, yeah, thank you, James. Okay, that's correct. Okay, then you have the exclamation is equal to, which is not equal to. Okay, and then yung or, yung slash, and then yung end for end, no? All right, so we used last time yung flights data coming from NYC flights. So if you haven't if you haven't run this, pakirun na muna to. Control Enter. Okay, so ito yung flights dataset natin, consisting of 21 variables dito and 336,776 rows or observations. So medyo malaki-laki tong ano natin, yung data ano natin, no? But relatively guys, maliit lang yan kasi usually yung sa malalaking companies, yung observations nila, it comes in the millions, no? So yan, 336,000 lang. And quickly guys, yung summary, it gives us an overview of what our data looks like. Okay, yung mga variables na to. Okay. Okay lang ba guys yung pace natin? I'm deliberately slowing down kasi parang gusto kong medyo we get into the groove. Okay lang ba yung pace or do you find it slow? Kasi I can accelerate it a bit, or we're just taking our time to really get back to the mindset of using R. Paki-chat nga guys kung okay lang yung pace ko. Feedback please, or you find it quite slow so that I can increase the pace, hasten the pace a bit. Kamusta naman guys yung pace? Feedback please. Yes for okay lang. No, which means medyo pwede ko pang bilisan. Okay lang. Alright, sige. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so yung summary function guys, sinasabi, ang binibigay sa atin yan, yung thank you James. Okay, yung summary function, ang inaano sa atin yan, yung 5 number summaries, yung minimum, yung maximum, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and including the mean. Okay, of course, pag character guys, hindi sinasama. May mga character ba dito? Yeah, ito. Tail number, origin, destination. Kasi wala namang mako-compute na mean, median, mode dyan, ano? So, ang binibigay lang sa atin yung count, no? But the others that are quantitative, ibibigay sa atin yung mga 5 number summaries na yan. And if there are missing values, i-indicate din ng summary function like this. Departure time, there are 8,255 missing values and departure delay also. Okay. Airtime also. All right. So, summary ng flights yan. Okay. Naran ko na kasi kanina to guys, kaya baka may nasama sa flights na nag-mutate na yata ako dito eh. Okay. But anyway, so, and then the structure of the flights. Okay, sasabihin sa atin kung anong klaseng data yan, yung data type niya, kung integer o numeric. Anong difference ng integer sa numeric, guys? Pag integer, alam natin na whole numbers lang yan. Pag numeric, it can have decimal places. Then, andyan si character. And then, meron tayo dito isang data type, no? This is a time series data, time R. Before the term ends, we will have an example of a time series data. Medyo iba guys ang pag-handle ng time series data. Okay. So, ano pa ba yung pwede natin tingnan dito? Glimpse naman guys. Ganun din siya. Halos pareho lang. Dito yung numeric, ang tawag sa kanya double. Pareho lang yon, yung double, no? Character, numeric, date, and time. Yung POSIX natin. Okay. Alright? And then yung describe, guys. Okay. Okay, describe. Ayaw mag-run. Ano ba sabi dito? Okay. Ito. Let me run this. Actually, this should describe. Okay, yan. Taking quite a long time. Okay, ganun din guys, no? It gives us yung mean, median. Hindi na cash sa isang, let me run that again. Okay, ayaw kasya sa isang sa column width na to. Okay, anyway, so parang din yan guys, parang summary din yan, parang summary din yan. It gives us yung mean, median, okay? May 3 median siya. Mas marami siyang descriptive statistics. May mean absolute deviation, may minimum. So let's just look at my maximum, my range, which is just the difference between your minimum and your maximum. It gives us the skewness, yung kurtosis, standard error. Okay. So mas marami siyang descriptive statistics. Okay, so that's your describe function. Now, dplyr has the, sinulat ko na to kanina, no? Anyway, glimpse function. Okay, ito yun. Yung galing sa dplyr. Okay, and then we also have, from the psych package, meron tayong describe. Run natin to. Inulit ko lang ba? Inulit ko lang to. Okay. Alright, we have run this a while ago. Ito yan, nagkasya na siya sa isang column. Yan. Okay. Alright. Now, be careful guys when using certain functions. Kanina nagkaka-problem yata kasi yung describe, I think meron siya sa JTools yata or another package. So when you try to access several packages, tapos may mga functions doon na pareho, you will have to identify kung anong package mo ang gustong gamitin for that function. Kunyari itong describe. I'm not sure kung anong what may JTools ba dito? SchemR ba may Let me check guys ha. Let me check kung may. Let me see. SchemR describe. Wala. No? Wala. From SchemR walang describe. Okay. Anyway, ang gusto kong sabihin dyan guys, kung may dalawang packages kayong ginagamit kunyari, tapos may pareho silang function, kailangan i-identify nyo kung anong function, kung anong package ang ginagamit nyo for that specific function. Okay? Kasi may mga ganong mga packages guys na parehong function na ginamit nila na word, describe. So you'll have to identify kung saang package nang manggagaling ang gusto yung gamitin. And you will have to do that by identifying the package first, and then here you have the double colon, and then the function. Okay? Clear yun, guys? Pause muna ako. Clear ba? Paki-chat na lang kung okay yun. Okay. Thank you. Alright. So, review natin, guys, yung thank you, James. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Okay. Review natin, guys, very briefly yung yung codes natin sa dplyr. Meron tayong filter. Ano yung ginagawa guys ng filter? Yung filter, pareho pa rin yung columns natin. Pareho pa rin yung data frame natin, yung number of columns, yung variables natin. Ang mababawas lang dyan guys yung number of rows. Okay? So, sa filter function guys, I hope you recall na you still maintain the number of variables, the number of columns. You just chop the number of observations. So yung flights natin, ilan ba yung flights natin? We have 336, 776 observations. when we filter this, mababawasan to, no? Mababawasan to. 18 ba? 18 lahat natin, ano? No, showing 1 to 18 pero 21 lahat yung variables natin, no? We'll still have 21 variables, but this time, pag nag-filter tayo, mababawasan yung number of observations natin or number of rows natin. So let's take a look at that. Yung first example natin last time, we created this object called Alaska Flights, no? So ang ginawa natin, from the flights data frame, pipe operator natin, okay? Si Control-Shift-M natin, and then finilter natin. Finilter natin. Anong finilter natin? Yung variable na carrier, sabi natin equal to yung Alaska Airlines lang. So when we run this, okay, rinan ko na to guys kanina, no, nung binuksan ko kanina. So I will not run it. I rerun it. Asan siya? Wala pa. Flights. Ito na pala. Alaska Flights. Why doesn't it appear here? Ito na, no? Rinan ko na siya kanina, guys. So if I click this, okay. So what do you notice, guys? You have only 714 entries, no? Out of 19 variables pala lahat, guys. So na-maintain pa rin yung lahat ng variables, 19 pa rin siya. Okay? 19 variables pa rin siya. And only 714 entries lang. Nabawasan ng, 336,000 rows, no? More than 336,000 rows ang binawas kasi finilter natin, ang pinasok lang natin dun sa carrier yung AS, which is this one. Yan, lahat. Tingnan nyo yung AS natin. Lahat yan. Lahat ng carrier AS. Okay, so, and then we also had other examples ng filtering. Si Portland naman, guys. This time, tinignan naman natin destination. Okay, ito yung tinignan natin kung ano airline ang ginamit. Ito naman yung destination. PDX is the symbol for Portland. So, rinan din natin yan. Okay. If you haven't run it, i-run yun lang ulit, guys. So, let me just show that. So, from the 336,000 plus rows, 1,354,000 na lang. Ibig sabihin nun, guys, na of the data frame that we were using, of the flights data frame, 1,354 observations were going to PDX, Portland. Yan. So if you look at that, lahat guys, lahat yan PDX, destination. PDX. Okay, so I hope that's clear, guys. Sabi natin kapag filter, sinachat natin yun ng mga number of rows, number of observations, and we're only including those that we want to be included in our new object. Okay, we created a new object by ito, di ba? Nag-create tayo ng another object called Portland Flights in this case. Now, pwede bang maraming filters natin? Pwede. Pwede maraming yung filters na gagamitin natin. So for example, in this example that we had last time, yung mga umalis daw from JFK papunta ng Vermont or shuttle, and nung umalis ng October, November, December, okay, and tawagin daw natin siyang BTV, okay, papuntang Vermont, which is ang code niya BTV, or shuttle pala to, during the fall, no? October, November, December. All right, so yung code natin dyan is this one. We created this object, Vermont shuttle flights during the fall. Again, nagsimula tayo sa data frame na flights, and then finilter natin siya. Okay? So yung filter natin, guys, tatlo yun, no? Unang-una yung origin, dapat JFK. Tapos, and dapat yung destination, either BTV or shuttle. So we're using this or. No? Hindi pa pwedeng and, guys, kasi hindi naman pa pwedeng at the same time magiging Vermont, BTV, or SEA yung destination. Magkaka-error tayo kung and dito. Either or, no? BTV or shuttle. And yung month dapat, October, November, December, so that's greater than or equal to 10. Okay, and then we view. So if I run this, hindi ko na i-run. Gawa ko na to BTV. Okay. Okay, so if you check, guys, yung mga destination ito, yung origin nito lahat JFK. Ang destination niya either shuttle or Vermont. And then yung month niya, 10, 11, 12. So you have 815 observations out of 19 rows to 19 variables. Ito siya, no? 815 observations out of 19 variables. So once again, guys, hindi na bago yung number of variables, number of columns. Ang nabago yung number of observations. Okay. So going back to our dami ko nakabukas na all right. Okay, and then sabi natin dito, we can skip the use of and. Pwedeng comma na lang, no? Pwedeng gamitin natin yan. Okay, I won't run that anymore. It will give us the same result. Tapos pwede, guys, yung hindi, no? Hindi pumunta sa yung opposite niya. Hindi pumunta sa BTV or sa shuttle. Okay? So the code is not BTV shuttle. Okay, flights, our data frame, and then filter natin. Okay, yung parenthesis, guys, ay yung not, dapat kasama yung nasa labas siya ng BTV or shuttle, no? Okay, so sinabi natin dito, note the careful use of parenthesis. Okay, para yung not sa buong to, not BTV nor shuttle. Okay? Sabi natin, iba to, no? Iba to pag hindi natin linagay yung parenthesis sa pareho. Okay? What will be the difference? Kasi i-run na lang natin para para clear to. If I run this, not Vermont nor shuttle, run. Okay. So ano lalabas dito? You have 330,000, which is actually the difference between yung kanina. No, not necessarily. Basta, kasi hindi naman natin finilter yung month, no? So, January to December lahat kasama. Basta ang filter lang natin, hindi kasama si BTV, hindi kasama si shuttle. So, if you check this, guys, wala kayong makikitang Vermont dito, wala kayong makikitang shuttle. Okay? You won't see any Vermont or shuttle here. Now, sabi natin, iba yan kung yung grammar niya, magkaiba kung yung si not BTV or shuttle, no? Anong kaibahan yan? So let's create this object called X. Let's run this. So ano meron dito, guys? 334, no? 334. Destination. May shuttle ba dito, guys? Will we have shuttle here? What do you think? Natin, ha? Magkaka-SEA ba doon, guys? OPQRS. Hindi, baliktad. Hirap. Masyadong sensitive yung ano. Tapos walang ano dito eh, walang can take yata yung ginagawa ko. Okay, what am I showing, guys? Where I'm inspecting, guys, kung may ano RS, so dapat pala dito yung S. Yan. Yan, guys. Ano nyo, ha? May shuttle, no? May shuttle, pero walang BTV. Sorry. Anyway, guys, sige. Basta walang BTV dyan, no? No BTV, pero may shuttle. So I hope that's clear, guys, yung position ng ano ng NOT in this case. Ang NOT lang dito si BTV. Pero kasama si shuttle. Dito NOT parehong hindi kasama si BTV at saka si shuttle. Okay, so just some of the nuances of our discussion. Okay, so sabi natin din, pwede ring not BTV and not shuttle. Okay. Pwede rin ganito, not equal to, not equal to. Okay, so several ways to do that, no? Okay, so let's so dito, guys, iba't ibang examples pa natin ng filter, no? Okay, I will not discuss that anymore. I hope you can do that, no? Just a case in point, guys, kung maraming kunyari may selected list kayo ng destination na gusto isama lang, in this case, one way is to do this, yung or, no, iisa-isay natin siya, pero medyo medyo time consuming nga lang. What we can do is create i-concatenate natin, yan, filter, destination, and then another pipe operator in, then a list of yung mga destinations na gusto natin. That's another alternative. This is a lot easier as compared to this one. Especially, guys, kung kunyari masyadong marami yung marami yung destinations na pinipili. Kunyari 20. Imagine having to type each destination equal to 20 times. Ito isa lang. Nagpa-pipe operator lang tayo dito and then i-concatenate natin. Okay? Alright, then we summarize, guys. Ano ginagawa ng summarize? Si summarize, we just reduce it to one, possibly one numerical variable. Kasi pag i-compute natin yung mean, median, mode, isa lang naman yan, no? Unless we're grouping it by several parameters, no? Okay, so for example, dito, ang ginamit natin dito yung data na weather. Okay, and then, ang ginawa natin dito, run ko lang. So using the weather data, okay? And then ang ginawa natin dito, nag-create tayo ng object called summary temperature. And then what we did was to summarize temperature by getting its mean. Yung mean ng temperature, we created an object called mean and then standard deviation, okay? Inside the summary temperature. Okay, so ilang columns to sa sa object ng summary temperature? Dalawa. Yung isa mean, yung isa standard deviation. But there will be only one row, no? So i-run natin. Ayan. Okay, ano nangyari? Bakit nag-NA ako? Naran ko na ba si weather? Naran ko na, no? So I already have weather. Yeah, it's here. Okay, tapos, okay, I have weather already. Then, may temp kay weather, tama. No? Temperature, okay, this should be okay. Ano mali ko? Summarize one. Tama naman. Okay, anong mali ko dito, guys? Ay, oo nga pala. Oo, nga pala. Okay. Bakit nga pala, guys, nag-NA, guys? That's the reason. Kasi kung i-summary natin, guys, si weather. Okay. So weather, guys, temperature yun, may not applicable na one, no? Ibig sabihin, missing data to. No? Pag may missing data, guys, hindi makakapag-compute ng hindi makakapag-compute ng mean, standard deviation, kaya nga nag-NA siya. Okay, so what do we have to do here? Okay, we have to tell R to ignore yung yung missing values na yan. Kaya nga sabi natin dito, summarize yung mean, NA, lahat ng mga NA, i-remove is equal to true. Ganun din kay dito sa to compute for the standard deviation. Okay, so when we compute that, yan. Okay? Average temperature is 55.3. Standard deviation is 17.8. So that's what the summarize function does. Okay, questions, guys? Clear so far? Review lang to, ah. So we're really taking time to review yung yung deploy R natin kasi medyo mahirap talaga yung yung pag may long break tayo, no? Okay, so far, guys. Paki-chat nga kung kamusta naman yung quick review natin. Okay, thank you. All right. Salamat, guys. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Pag may question, guys, feel free to chat or just to unmute yourself and then we will entertain questions. Okay, yan, sinabi ko na to, guys, no, yung NA argument, no? Kaya nga, sabi natin, guys, we have to impose this. We have to impose this is equal to true kasi hindi basta-basta si R nagre-remove ng ng missing data. Okay? R does not ignore rows with missing values by default. Rather, it alerts us to the presence of missing data. Okay, and we should be aware of this. Okay. Ito, guys, ano to? Okay. It gives us summarized by ang function count, no? Count is equal to n. So it gives us the number, no? ng weather. No? Ilan ba yung weather? So weather, yan, 26,115 observations, 15 variables. So binilang lang natin, guys, yung weather. 26,115. Okay, then we did some questions here. Yung question dito. Okay, ito sinagot natin to last time. Okay? Ano yung mali dito, guys? Ang sabi natin, kung step by step natin to, so we're creating this object called summary temp 1 using the weather function, and then isa-summarize natin, no? Isa-summarize natin yung mean. Pinapakuha natin yung mean. So if we run this, hanggang dito, up to here, ano nangyari? In-honor ba niya? Hindi yata. Ito. Yan. Ayan. Mean na yan, guys, ha? Okay? Mean na siya. Ay, nag-shot ba? Okay. Kung hanggang dito, guys, up to here, may object na tayo na summary temp. Ang laman, mean. Mean ng temperature. And then, ang sinabi natin, and then, isa-summarize natin by computing for the standard deviation. We'll have an error there. Bakit? Kasi, up to this point, guys, up to this point, ang object na lang natin, ito na lang, no? So how can you now get the standard deviation of yung ano natin, yung temp? Wala na tayong temp. Ang object na lang natin, summary temp 1 na ang laman yung mean. Okay, clear yan, guys? Naalala nyo to? Yung problema natin na yan. Okay? So I hope that's clear, guys, no? Okay, next. Dito na tayo sa group by. Okay, sana makaabot tayo sa joins, no? May papabigay ako sa inyo, guys, na a little research on the joins. Okay, so group by, anong ginagawa natin dito, guys? Ano ginagawa natin sa group by, guys? Kinocollate natin yung data natin. Okay, here, si weather daw, i-group by months. Run natin to. Okay. So itong ginawa niya, guys. Okay. 26,115. Hindi natin dapat nag-create tayo ng object, ano. Let's create this as Z. Weather group by month. I'm creating an object called Z. Okay, so ano Z? Okay, Z, still the same as weather. Okay, bakit? Anong ginawa niya dito, guys? Pinag-group lang natin by month, pero wala naman tayong pina-summarize, no? We use group by usually in conjunction with summarize. Kasi group by lang, ibig sabihin by month. So, anong gagawin doon? Now, take a look at this. So, group by month, and then isa-summarize natin, papakompute natin yung mean at saka yung standard deviation. So, kanina, guys, nung pinakompute natin yung mean at saka standard deviation, ang ginawa natin, kinompute yung mean at saka standard deviation ng buong data, ng buong weather. So when you get the mean, the average of the weather, of the temperature of weather, you'll come up with one measure. Okay? Tapos, standard deviation, you also came up with one standard deviation measure. Now, itong ang pinapagawa natin dito, pinapag-group by natin, ibig sabihin, i-ano niya by month, no? Okay, hindi lang guys, ha? Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so what do we have now? We now have a table. The name of our table is a data frame. The name of our data frame is summary monthly temperature. Let me, summary monthly temperature, guys. Now you have the mean and the standard deviation, but this time by month. So very powerful, guys, yung paggamit ng summarize at saka ng group by in conjunction. Okay, so we looked at the use of group by there and summarize. And then we use another data frame, diamonds. I'll skip that, guys. No? Gusto pa bang i-run to, guys? Or kayo na lang bahala mag-ano nito? I-review pa ba natin to? Sige nga, paki-chat kung okay na sa inyo na on your own na yan. In diamonds, guys. What's the pleasure of the class? Do you want me to go through the codes again? Guys? Yes, kung gusto nyo i-go through or let's move on to the next function. Sige. Okay, so may gustong mag-run, may ayaw naman. I-run na lang natin, ha? This will not take maraming minutes, no? So we're using the data diamonds. Okay, yung diamond sa data, naka-package yan with base R. And then, so rin na natin to. Okay, so ito yung diamond sa data frame natin. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 variables. Let's take a look at that one here. Saan na si diamonds? Hindi ko pala, view. Okay. 10 variables, 553, 940 observations, no? Okay. So, dispensa natin yung mga summary function. Okay. How many observations? 53,000 something. Okay. And then dito, guys, pinagsama na naman natin yung group by at saka yung summarize, no? So here we're creating a data frame called average price cut using the diamonds data frame, and then i-group by natin by cut, no? In order to understand this more, kunin muna natin yung summary ni diamonds. Ano ba si cut? Okay, so si cut, guys, 5 klase siya. Yan, fair, good, very good, premium, ideal. Okay. Ito si cut, no? Okay, so ang ginagawa natin dito sa code na to, i-group by yung cut, yung 5 yung groupings na yan, and then ipapasummarize natin by getting the mean average price and calling it AVG price. Okay? So run natin to. We'll now have an object called AVG. Na-run na ba? AVG price average, run. Okay. Yan. No? So you have a table, a data frame that's a table. Ito yung cut, and then yung average price niya. Okay, so another example lang yan ng group by at saka ng ng cut. Okay. You can remove this grouping structure metadata. We can pwede natin yung group natin, guys, pwede natin i-ungroup yan. Okay, so, okay, count. Okay, pwede daw i-group by more than one variable. Okay, like this one. So, again, using the flights data frame, i-group by natin dalawa, no? Kanina yung group by natin yung temperature by month lang. Ito, both by origin at saka by month. Okay, and then pinabilang natin, summarize by count. So dito guys, this is an example of using again in combination yung group by at saka summarize. But this time, ang pinapag-group by natin, hindi lang isang variable, kundi more than one. Dalawa yung variable natin. So let's run this. Okay. So what happened here? Kasi yung ano natin guys, yung origin natin, di ba, tatlo yan. Sa, see in greater detail tong by monthly origin monthly natin. Okay, origin. Okay, and then by month. So by origin, tapos yung month, tapos pinabilang. Okay, then sinabi natin last time, pwede rin ibalik na dyan. Okay, what happens here? Pag rinan natin to, okay, ano nangyari dito guys? What happened here? Ang grouping na dito ano lang? Grouping by okay, grouping by month lang, no? Tama, correct. Thank you. Sorry. Stephen, thank you. Okay, grouping by month lang. Bakit grouping by month lang to guys? What happened? Ba't hindi nasama si origin? If we run this first, ito, ano nangyari? Ano yung notes natin dito guys? The second group by overwrote the grouping structure of the origin. So in the end, we are only grouping by month. Ngayon, kung gusto natin i-group by 2, dapat yun ang ilalagay natin dun sa kanina, no? Group by, ayan, ito. So hindi pa pwedeng nakaseparate yung group by. Okay? Group by and then another group by. Pag ganyan kasi, i-overwrite niya yung, yung unang group by. Ang mag-prevail yung pangalawa na. Okay? So if you want both at the same time, so you just use one group by. Just use one group by function. Okay, so skip na natin to. Alright, then we had an exercise. Some exercise. Alright, then yung pang-apat natin guys, yung mutate, no? Paano yung mutate? Guys, sandali ha. 1 minute, I'll just get water, ha? Okay, sorry. Let's fix coffee. No? Okay, so yung mutate guys, okay, ano yung ginagawa ng mutate? Filter guys, we maintain the same number of columns and reduce the rows, no? Tapos ano yung isa? Summarize, we reduce it to either univariate, either the mean, standard deviation, depende kung ano yung gusto natin i-measure. And then ano pa yung isa guys? Group by natin usually used in conjunction with summarize, no? We were able to create a new object. Tapos dun sa object na yon, yung mga measures na gusto natin, group by variables na or factors na gusto natin. Yung mutate naman guys, anong ginagawa natin ito? So using the weather dataset, we can create a new variable for temperature in terms of centigrade and not Fahrenheit. So ang ginagawa nito guys, makakapag-add tayo ng another variable. Okay? So for example, let's create another object called weather1. Okay? So we're using weather. And then from weather, immutate natin. We're going to create an object, a variable called temp in C, which is equal to yung temp na existing dun sa weather data frame minus 32 divided by 1.8. Okay, so ang mangyayari dito guys, from yung dun sa weather na data frame, mag-i-insert tayo ng panibagong variable. Ang tawag dun sa variable na yun, temp in C. Okay? And how do you compute for temp in C? It's equal to the existing variable called temp, magma-minus ng 32, and then i-divide ng 1.8. So let's take a look at this, at the result. Okay, we now have a new object, a new data frame. Okay, yung data frame na yun guys, si weather1. Okay, note that there are 26,115 observations, pareho lang ng weather, kaso nga lang ito, nadagdagan na. Nadagdagan na ng isa pang variable. Okay, so if you want to add a variable to an existing data frame, you can use the mutate function. Okay, ito temp in C. So this is coming from the temperature minus 32, then dinivide natin ng 1.8 to get this. Okay? And then guys, ito nag-create naman tayo ng ng another object. We call it weather2. Anong ginawa natin dito? We created an object called weather2, which is the same as weather. Okay, tingnan natin to. This is weather2, 26,115 observations, 15 variables. Pareho lang siya ng weather. And then what do we do here? Weather2, yung temperature. Okay. Nag-create tayo ng object na weather2 temperature. How did we, what do we do with this? Dun sa weather2 na data frame, yung temperature na variable, minus 32 natin, and then divide by 1.8. Which, so what happens here? If we take a look at weather2, okay, tingnan nyo guys yung temperature. So kinonvert lang natin si temperature, ginawa lang natin na centigrade. So anong difference nung kanina? Sa mutate guys, we're inserting another object, no? In that case, nag-insert tayo ng temp in centigrade. Dito naman sa ginawa natin ngayon, ang ginawa lang natin dito, kinonvert lang natin yung temp, tinawag natin na what did you call it? Temp pa rin, no? It's still temp. Temp pa rin siya ang tawag, pangalan, coming from the data frame whether to. Remember guys, yung dollar, ibig sabihin yan, in-specify niya kung anong specific na variable, no? Okay, so that's the difference. Dito, hindi tayo nag-create ng panibagong variable. If you take a look at our environment, no? 15 variables pa rin siya. Si weather1, yung kanina nag-mutate tayo, 16 variables siya. Okay? Now, ito yung question, I think question last time to, no? Question na nakuha niya ba yung answer dito, guys? We can put it side by side. Ang question kasi dito, no? Yung weather one, gusto natin put side by side ito dito sa temperature. Were you able to research on that? Pwede kasi yon, no? Pwede. If you want yung temperature, pwede natin ilagay dito sa dulo. Or itong temperature, itabi natin dito sa temperature in centigrade, itabi natin sa temperature dito. You can rearrange. How do you do that? May nakakuha na ba na answer? It's very easy actually. Okay, I'll give you the opportunity to do that, guys. That will be the first question I'll ask next meeting. No? It has something to do with ordering. I-identify niyo yung order ng variables niyo. Pwedeng by number, kunyari 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 16. No? Kung gusto niyo yung temperature muna, tas temperature in centigrade magkatabi, i-order nyo guys yung data frame nyo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tapos 16. Okay, 16 tapos 7, 8 hanggang 15. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 7, okay, hanggang 16 tapos 6. Pwedeng ganun. Okay, I'm giving you a clue guys. Huh? So I want you to explore that on your by yourself, and then let's compare notes this coming Wednesday. Okay, so sa huli guys, ano ba to? Okay. Ito guys, maraming kino-compute, ano? Maraming sinasummarize. Okay, so I'll just skip that. Okay. I hope guys, anuhin nyo kailangan natin pala ito, no? All right. And then we have arrange and sort. Pwede natin i-arrange guys yung data natin either descending or ascending. Okay, for example, so let's create an object called frequent destination. So it's coming from our flights data frame, and then we will group by destination, and then summarize number of flights is equal to n. Okay, we're going to create a variable called some number of flights, and that's yung count lang, no? Okay, by destination. So mangyayari dyan, magkakaroon tayo ng panibagong object. Ang tawag ng object na yan, freq dest. Okay, yung mga destination, naka-group siya. And then magkakaroon tayo ng variable na destination at saka number of flights, where the number of flights is just the count. Okay, just the count of the count of the ilang flights na may ganun destination. So let's run this. Okay, so we have this, no? Ito yung mga flights natin. And then yung number niya. 95 more rows, ibig sabihin 95 yung iba't ibang destinations natin. No? 95 unique destinations, and then yung count niya. But if you want this to be, let's say, arranged, sorted, okay, pwedeng ganito. No? We're going to use the arrange function. Kasi meron na tayong object na frequency, dest, and then from there, pa-pipe operator natin siya, we'll use the arrange function. Ano, i-arrange natin yung variable na number of flights. Take note that, let's take a look again at our object dito. So yung frequency destination natin, we have two variables, destination at saka yung number of flights. No? Ang gusto natin is-sort daw, arrange natin si number of flights. Okay? So i-arrange natin siya. Ayan, we're using the arrange. Okay, so what does this code tell us, guys? Yung frequency destination na object natin, take note, meron tayong ganitong object, di ba? Ipa-pipe operator natin siya and then arrange it by number of flights. So, the default is it's ascending, no? So yung pinaka-konti, going down. Okay, so it's ascending order. If you want it descending, pwede rin, no? Arrange, this time, we have to input that it's descending. Ibig sabihin from highest to lowest. Click natin. Alright, so this is now highest to lowest. Okay? Alright, any questions, guys, so far? Okay, so let's devote the rest of the minutes, guys. Hindi natin matatapos yung joins, pero ang gusto ko, at least, yun ang target ko talaga, masimulan natin. Any questions so far? Okay. All right. Okay, now, we're going to use the flights at weather again siguro sa Wednesday. Pero ngayon, let's import yung order at customer dataset. I sent a file, guys, dun sa ano natin, sa modules natin. Paki-access nga tong may dalawang CSV file yan. Ito, order at saka customer. Could you kindly import that? Yun ang gagamitin natin ngayon. So dito sa import dataset natin, okay, use the text kasi CSV file siya. Import order at saka import customer. So you should be having those two. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. So in-import ko na siya kanina, order at saka customer. So kindly do that, guys. Customer. So ito yun. Meron kang first name at saka yung city. Then order. Once you're done, guys, kindly chat yes, no? Para alam ko kung na import nyo na. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, sana iba na-download nyo na-import nyo na rin. Okay, so let's first study the contents of our two data frames. So yung laman ng data frame natin. First is, let's start with customer. Okay, it is customer, no? May ID tayo dito. There are 91 observations with 3 rows, 3 columns pala. You have the ID number, you have the first name, and then the city. Okay, so these are 91 different customers identified by their first name. Okay, don't mind guys the first name kasi ang pwedeng tanong dyan, bakit first name ang ginamit? Hindi ba magkakaroon ng pare-parehong first name? Kaya importante dito guys yung ID, no? Each lang to, sample data lang naman to, no? Each of these persons, unique persons guys, 91 unique persons. Okay? Ito 91 unique persons are identified by their ID number. Okay, so that's our customer database, no? And the city where they come from. Now, yung order naman guys, these are 300 observations all in all. These are transactions, no? May transaction tayo. So for example, itong unang transaction natin was made by ID number 368. Okay, ID number 368. Tingnan nga natin yung customer ulit. Asan si customer? $368. Mali yata ako sa ID 368. Okay? Okay, ibig sabihin nga guys, dito sa customer natin, kasi hanggang 91 lang to. Okay, this is just for example purposes guys. Meron ditong, sa mga ID dito guys, ni customer, merong wala dito. No? Kasi si 368 guys, ID number 368, wala yan kay customer. Okay, this is just for the purpose of illustrating it. No? Okay, ang common sa kanila, take note, si customer data frame may ID. Si order guys, may ID din. Okay? Pero ang laman ni order, yung order date at saka yung amount, si customer naman, ID, first name, city. So ang common sa kanila guys, yung ID. Okay, so ang gagawin natin guys, i-join natin siya using the ID as key. No? Alright, so let's go back. Okay. So yung last na function na kukunin natin guys, si join. It's used to join 2 tables or 2 data frames, 2 or more data frames. So meron tayong iba't ibang klaseng join. Meron tayong inner join. Okay, then meron tayong left join or left outer join. And then meron tayong right join or right outer join. And then we have full join. And then we have semi-join. Semi-join and then anti-join. So, tingnan natin we have inner, left, right, full, semi, and anti. Marami pang ibang klase yan guys, but we'll just focus on the 6. Okay, I'm going to, may nakita akong, kanina naghahanap ako ng magandang reference. Okay, saan na siya? Okay, ilagay ko tong link na to guys. Okay, this is well, a basic example. Lagay ko lang dito sa link natin. Saan ba ako maglalagay dito ng dito sa chat na lang. Okay, so I'm just using this, guys. Oh, sorry. Mali. Okay, I'm using this just as an example. Marami pang ibang, ano guys, ang suggestion ko, you also look for other sites that can explain yung mga joins sa SQL. Okay, for this one, 4 lang yung binibigay niya dito. Okay, I specifically look for one that uses dplyr kasi dplyr yung ano natin, no? Okay, let's take a look at this very quickly, guys. So yung mga joins, before that, third data for this for this specific site, no? Remind lang tayo dito na pag tidy yung data natin, okay, each variable forms a column. You know that, guys. One variable is represented, a variable is represented by a column, and then each observation forms a row. Each type of observational unit forms a table. Okay, so ginagamit guys natin yung mga join para i-merge yung mga tables, no? So sa example natin, 2 tables ang tinitingnan natin. We have the order and the customer. Okay? So different types of join, left, right, inner, full join. Okay, ano muna yung inner join? Yun muna gamitin natin, guys. Inner join keeps only the entries that are present in both tables. Inner join is the only function that guarantees you won't generate any missing entries. Okay, tingnan natin dito sa example na to. Take a look at this, guys. So we have this table A. Table A contains variable x1 and variable x2. Table B, on the other hand, contains x1 and x3. Okay, so pag mag-join tayo, dapat guys, ang pwede natin i-join dito yung by natin, yung x1, yung common sa dalawa, no? Okay, take a look at this, guys. Yung inner join natin. So yung code natin is using dplyr. Can you see the screen, guys? Guys, kita nyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May nag-chat. Okay, thank you. Alright. Of course, guys, marami pang ibang examples. Naghanap lang ako ng isa kanina to illustrate this. Okay, let's take a look at yung inner join. Kasi pag nakuha natin, guys, yung inner join, makukuha na rin natin yung iba. Kasi pare-pareho na naman silang concepts. Magkakaiba lang yung dinidistinguish, no? So inner join. Ano ba yung inner join, guys? Well, it's joining data and retain only rows in both, and it will retain only rows in both sets. So anong ibig sabihin yan? Sandali. Example tayo nito. Okay, so i-join natin si A kay B. Okay? By By x1. So take note of the code, no? Join A to B by x1. So ano yung result, guys? What's the result of our join? Ano nangyari? Ito si A, ito si B. Ano naging result? Tingnan niyo to. Guys. What happened? Do you notice, guys, kung ano nangyari?
So yung similar lang
yung similar lang, no? Ano ba yung similar sa kanila? So kino-compare natin, i-join natin siya by x1, di ba? Right, guys?
Yes,
tama? Oo. So may A ba kay A? May capital A ba kay A? Meron. Kay B, meron ba? Meron. B, meron? Meron, no? Kay sana ginawa niya ibang letter to. C, D, magkaiba, di ba? So ang pwede lang, guys, pag inner join, yung pareho sa dalawa. Yung common sa dalawa. Naalala niyo sa intersection, di ba? Naalala niyo sa set theory, guys? Yung intersection, guys, yung common sa both sets. So balikan natin guys yung ano natin, yung data natin. Alright, so let's go back here. Mag-inner join tayo, guys. Alright. So tingnan natin to. Inner join, no? Inner join. Ano i-inner join natin? Customer, data frame yan, order, data frame din yan. So dalawang tables na guys yung inaan natin, ini-inner join natin, ano? And how are we going to inner join them? By ID. Run nga natin to. Okay, so what do we have here, guys? Ano meron, guys? Okay. First name at saka city, kanino galing yan, guys? Yung first name at saka city, kanino galing yan? Di ba kay customer yan? Yung order at saka yung amount, kanino galing yan? Kay order data frame, right? So pinagsama niya, no? Pero what's unique about this? Pinagsama ba niya lahat? Lahat ba pinasok niya? Hindi. Okay, in order to see this clear guys, gawin natin tong pangalawang, pareho lang naman to, no? Kaso ito, nag-create tayo ng object. So customer, data frame, order, joined by ID, inner joined siya. So how do we do this? Guys, using dplyr, using customer, data frame, and then inner join natin siya kay order data frame by ID. Okay, so this is the code, guys. Ito. So from the customer, inner join order. How do we join them? By ID. And then let's view the object that we created. So let's do this. Run. Okay, so nagkaroon tayo ng object na customer, order, ID, inner join. Okay, what do you notice about this? There are 55 entries. Okay, 55 entries all in all. Ilang columns, guys? Ilang columns?
5, sir.
5. You have the first, yung 2 columns coming from customer, and then the other 2 coming from order. And then, ano nangyari sa ID, guys? What do you notice about the ID? Anything distinct about this? What do you notice about the ID? Anyone, guys? Okay, may nag-comment. Repeating, okay. That's true, repeating. Ano pa? Tama, ano may repeating? Ano may 2, 2, may 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. Ba't kaya ganun, guys? Ba't kaya ganun? What's happening here? Ba't naulit si 2, guys? Ba't naulit si 7? Okay, correct, no? Kinuha yung common na ID for both sets. Okay, all the order made by each ID. You're correct, no? Tama. Kasi dito, guys, sa order, tingnan natin, ha? So, di ba, i-join natin si customer kay, kay order, no? Ang mangyayari niyan, pag inner join, yung dalawang columns na to ni order at saka yung dalawang, mauuna kay customer, no? Dalawang columns na to, ipapasok, dalawang columns din na to, ipapasok. Kaso, paano siya i-join, guys? By ID. So, titingnan tong ID. Okay? So, titingnan natin si customer ID. Itong 368, nakay ano ba to? Nakay customer? Wala. So, hindi ipapasok yan. So, iisa-isahin yung order, guys. Iisa-isahin yan. Ima-match natin kay customer. Itong 286, na kay customer ba to? Hindi. Si 28, na kay customer ba to? Yes. Pasok to. Si 309, Pasok? Hindi. Si 2 guys, pasok? Yes. Okay, so that's why guys, lahat dito ng mga IDs dito, i-compare natin yan kay customer. Kung meron doon kay customer, kasali siya. Kaya may replication kasi yung 2 dito guys, umulit yan. Okay? There will be another 2 here, another 8, no? Umulit siya dito sa order table natin. So papasok yan kasi remember guys, ang tinitingnan natin dito yung ID na meron pareho dun sa customer at saka dun sa meron dun sa customer. So ipapasok natin. Is that clear guys? Clear ba? 2, 2. Ibig sabihin to guys, yung 2 na to, 2 times siya pumasok, 2 times siyang reflect kay order. Kaya tingnan nyo, 2 times nag-order si Marcela, no? Nung 12:28 at saka 8:31. Okay, pero yung mga orders, ito, 368, nawala kay customer, rejected yan. In fact, ang pumasok lang hanggang 91. Bakit hanggang 91 lang guys? Sorry. Dito pala, sa naka-inner join natin. Bakit hanggang 91 lang itong pumasok dito? Kasi 91 lang guys yung ano ni customer, yung ID. So it has to be common to both. No? Alright, clear yun guys, clear? Okay, it's already time guys. So pwede guys pag yung assignment nyo, pagdating next week, pakirun na to yung left join, okay? Yung half ng period natin guys, tapusin natin tong join and then we start with a new lesson na as continuation, no? So left join, okay, andyan na naman yung code binigay ko sa inyo, right join, okay, and then full join, semi-join, and then anti-join. Okay? Clear yung guys? So request lang guys, kung pwede, pakirun na yan, pakiaralin kung ano ba yung difference ng inner join, ng right join, left join, full join, semi-join, anti-join. Okay? Are we clear guys? Clear so far? Paki-yes na lang. Okay. So, hindi ko na kayo i-remind guys, next Wednesday, pag start natin, pakibuksan na kagad tong file na to, no? Pakibuksan na, tapos pakirun na yung mga dapat i-run, in particular yung sa join natin. Ang kailangan natin guys sa join yung customer at saka yung order. Pati na rin yung guys, pati na rin yung flights at saka weather kasi example din tayo ng flights at saka ng weather na magjo-join tayo. Okay? Alright, so thank you so much guys. Yung mga na-late, okay, na lang kasi ko yung attendance. Okay, so I'll stop recording now. Thank you so much and have a good day guys. Thank you. Yung mga na-late guys, pakisabi na lang sa akin.